Okay, I'm re-recording my third video because I just realized that I kind of wasn't really making the point I was trying to. Okay, so here we can see the player sitting atop the Panzer IV Panzerjäger turret, which was actually, this is very accurate to the BP-42 configuration. This is the way they were laid out usually, typically. The standard configuration at any rate. So here you can see him. That's the commander's cupola of the BP of the Panzer IV turret, and we're going to see. And you can see in front of him, you can see the safety/pilot flatbed, which would in real life not even bother with having those useless sandbags, because what's the quality on this? Jeez. Why is it only... Yeah, okay, there we go.
42.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so the flatbed here is... It's not even doing anything. It's literally just being pushed ahead of the train, essentially to blow up mines, to detonate mines before the rest of the train hits them and hit something more important. That's what it's doing here. So if you're wondering why there's a completely empty flatbed at the front of the train, that's why. And there would be also one at the back. Another issue with this train is that the real-life armored trains very frequently had a tank of some sort, like an actual tank, loaded onto one of the, usually more than one actually, one at the front, one at the back, sometimes more than one, loaded onto one of the flatbeds. And the tank would either be like an older one, or simply a damaged one with the engine removed, that would essentially be just the turret. It would be just using its turret and armor, you know, as an armament for the train itself. And it would often be built up with extra protection, you know, so it would be buried underneath, you know, layer of improvised protection, you know, spare rails, sleepers, concrete, whatever, you know, essentially just a bunker that the train carried along with it. Made from a tank, basically. And they're not doing that here. Also the flatbed at the front of the train is not carrying it is not carrying any spare rails. It's not carrying any spare sleepers, also known as railroad ties. You know, which is what it would be loaded. It would be loaded down with those because basically the whole point is essentially, you know, the front, it carries like these spare parts for the rails. So they come across rails that are damaged. Well, they can just use the rails that are already loaded on the sleeper at the front, you know, to the car at the front, basically to repair those. And if it hits a mine, well, same logic applies. The flatbed is damaged, sure, but they can repair that. They've got spare parts. Or if it's just too badly damaged, they can just discard it, you know. But the rails and sleepers that it carries would still be usable to, you know, repair the damaged section of the track that had been, the mine had explosion had caused. So, you know, it's either way, you know, it's it's far more practical than simply just having what essentially amounts to being a useless flat car. And why it's even bother, and those, by the way, those sandbag barricades are so low, they wouldn't provide any cover at all to anybody on that flatbed, so it's completely worthless. Like, they're not even, like, going all the way up the side there, so I don't know why they're bothering with them. It's stupid.
You bring both of those and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, try bringing a flatbed that has, you know, more guns on it. Or, you know, better protection. Okay, I'm trying to find, because I know the guy jumps on, there's a good angle somewhere along here where you see like the Panzerjäger wagon. And right now, was sitting right on top of the freaking thing. So I'm trying to find the spot where he jumps on.
Go over there, go hide in that corner, AI. This should be in Normandy. This doesn't feel like Berlin at all.
Yeah, well, the guy brings up a good point there, actually, and I brought that point up myself, historically speaking. The terrain doesn't look right, because this is supposed to be a Seelau Heights. So this whole mission is ridiculous, from a historical perspective. Um, and yeah, the terrain just doesn't match either. So
I don't even understand. Oh, the train is moving again, comrades. Yes. Forward to Moscow. See, this is why Barbarossa.
okay. Here we go. This is the Panzer Jaeger wagon at the front that I've been trying to find. Jump up there,
Failed.
please. Here we go. Okay, this is it. This is the Panzer Jaeger wagon, Panzer Jaeger wagon, which is literally just tank hunter wagon. And like I said, it had a Panzer IV turret on it and with a bunch of extra armor because it's on the train. It doesn't need to move anywhere. The train's already pushing it, so it's got like a bunch of extra armor on to protect it. It's essentially just a bunker it's basically literally a bunker with a Panzer IV turret on the front of the train. That's there specifically for the purpose of, taking out tanks or other obstacles.
Trains.
Yeah.
Not enough armored trains, not enough FG-42s.
There you go. You can see the barrel. You can see the long barrel of the 75 millimeter barrel of the Panzer IV.
You bring both of those and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that and here we once again have that bridge. Like, just take out the bridge. It's not even a big bridge. It's not even like a particularly impressive or imposing bridge. Like the Red Army, the engineering corps could throw a pretty decent bridge across that, in fairly short order. They had to do that a lot during the Battle of Berlin. They had like 2 million guys with them. So you try getting 2 million guys across, water while guys are shooting at you with everything they've got. It wasn't easy, but they did it anyways. So yeah, I can't control the footage or where the guy's going. Otherwise, I'd show you more. But yeah, that's my commentary essentially. There we go. All right.